Alright, so here's some more critical race theory craziness where, again, the point is to be critical. What does that mean? It means if you can't find an issue, you need to work desperately to find one. So first off, race is not a good lens to view the world through. And if you do, I don't doubt that you may think that there are racist monsters lurking everywhere where you can conjure them up in your imagination. And then that enables you to apply horrible labels to everyone. But it makes no sense. How many people exactly have been fired for trivial things where they may have said something that normal, rational people wouldn't have given it a second thought? It does happen, and it's not the rarest thing in the world. Now, how many people know that they can be lavished with praise just by spouting off some rhetoric they know will resonate with the sensibilities of those who are, woke or the virtue signalers among us and all that? I know I can name a lot of people. In fact, in my own life, if I said the right things in front of the right people, I'd be looked at as some highly advanced person with a thought process that's a cut above the rest. So I'm not entirely sure where this monster is hiding, as it is claimed that it is pervasive everywhere. I don't know where it is. Now, that isn't to say that it doesn't exist, and I'll extend an olive branch. You want to find racism or things that have had negative effects along racial lines, look no further than the government. The drug war and the war on poverty being among the two most significant factors in that regard. Take it up with them, as many people have been doing and still need to do more. As there are a lot of problems the government causes, not just racially, but in nearly every aspect of our lives. Whatever good they think they may be doing, they cause far more harm. So if you want to say racism is the central organizing principle of government, and they've led to terrible fractures between people, okay, I'm in a good deal of agreement with you there. But also there is another issue, because there actually is another part of the equation here as to why there is way more racial division than there needs to be. And that is people like this, who send out messages like this. A big reason why there is this divider is because the critical race theorists are constantly fabricating these divisions, and they spend what seems to be their every waking moment trying to convince everyone that they can, that there's this horrible division between people, that all white people are a certain way, and if you're a minority you can't trust them, and they all have racism in them, and there's nothing they can do about it. It doesn't matter how they are as an individual person, they will always want to dominate and control you, even if you don't see it. So always be on the lookout for those people. Yeah, that kind of messaging can have terrible consequences, and we're seeing those consequences now. And it's really unfortunate, because we could go back to the basics and say treat everyone like an individual, which after all, the individual is the smallest minority. We could go back to that and make progress that way, which it seems like we were doing for a while. But unfortunately, you can also go the critical race theory route, which it seems like we're going down now, which is, of course, made up with a bunch of nonsense. And that nonsense, unfortunately, seems to be setting race relations back to who knows how many years. And it's people like this who are at fault as far as that's concerned. But anyway, that's all for right now. Like and subscribe, and take it easy.